decided that it's good to incorporate the new branding guidelines into just throughout the website as a whole. And so this is our recommendation of what the homepage could actually look like. So we've incorporated the new triangles that U of A is wanting to push. We've added a background image of Forbes, which makes viewers just really tie into what the College of Ag is, recognize the Forbes building and possibly see into the history of it. And also we've gotten rid of the blue tab up above and used red to make it stand out more. And so staying on the homepage, we're actually going to focus on the word cloud itself. As Emily alluded to earlier, the tabs on this page, they're bolded depending on which pictures are represented, but as the pictures change, not only the positions of the words change, but also which words are bolded change as well. It's suggested that the words stay in place even as the picture changes, but just which words are bolded can change, so that way students can find which word they're searching for easier, and also they'll see that these are actual tabs that they can click on to look into potential careers that they would want to do. And so what we're going to do now, from the current homepage, we're actually going to click on current students as though you're wanting to view that. And so from the current students tab, this is what it looks like if you were to click on it. You can see that again, there's just a white background with some blue tabs that you can click on. It really looks kind of plain and boring. However, there is always opportunities for improvement. So we suggest to actually incorporate picture buttons. And where we got that idea was actually on the gardening page. They have picture buttons throughout the bottom just talking about different areas that viewers can click on and giving them a little highlight into what that content is. It provides the description of it. So keeping with that theme, we suggest that to make this actually the current students tab, you can see a student. This is actually a picture from the freshman welcome that the college puts on. You'd have a brief description of what this is. And from the bottom you can see all the tabs that were originally at the drop down, but that students can click onto it. And so from there we're going to actually click on this first tab, the advising tab. And so currently in the advising tab you have this great box here that says the difference between major advisor versus CAS advisor. However, we feel that this is good information. It's not the best portrayed on the homepage. It doesn't seem that effective at all, and so we suggest moving it actually to the advising resources page, but instead on the homepage have a written description of what the expectations are for advising in a student perspective. So you'd have, again, keeping with the whole U of A rebranding aspect, incorporate picture buttons at the bottom and just say what academic advising is. And from there students can look, oh, do I need to do major advising, academic resources, advising timeline, other information. And so that was 3 clicks to get to it. So as always, you want to make sure that you incorporate the 3 clicks so that students can get to their content of where they're wanting to go pretty quickly. And then just for general recommendations, focusing on content, throughout a lot of the pages there's will be here soon on them, which isn't necessarily bad. However, will be here soon has been on those pages for a while, at least a year or so. And if it's okay to put that there if it'll be up there maybe a month or so, but for a whole year it actually starts to be disheartening for viewers, and they'll realize, oh, it's not easily, this website isn't updated as often, they're just never going to have that information. And so currently, also on the homepage, there's Leadership Initiatives has its own tab. We recommend putting that into current students since that's the audience that it is portrayed at. And also, there's 2 event swings. Currently, there's one in current students and also on the homepage. We suggest to just remove events on the homepage since you can find it on the current students tab. And so the Global Initiatives tab, it's a great resource for anyone wanting to view it. However, the name is very misleading. When we were first going through just picking up the different tabs, the majority of us thought that Global Initiatives would be something about studying abroad, maybe giving internships outside of the country and stuff. But then we found out that it's more centered to online learning. So we suggest to rename it to online learning or online resources, so that way the content is better portrayed. And then also to update the content on the careers page, right now it actually takes you to a link to the career services website of the university, which is pretty good because I know that they have a lot of good content on their homepage as well. But we also suggest just to make it more college specific, to talk about some of the industry professionals that are currently working with us. Maybe post some job advertisements that, because I know a lot of advisors send out internship information to students, so they can actually post that content on the page as well, so students can go and find it there. And also, as Emily alluded to earlier with the content, we actually want to calibrate the drop-down menus with the physical links on the pages. So this is what current students, the drop-down menu is as right now. And when you actually click on it, you may be able to notice the slight differences in it. So here, like on the drop-down menu, they didn't have the news section, they didn't have the UA degree search and stuff, and a lot more is added just to make sure that continuity is throughout the entire website. So that way, when a student clicks on something, they're like, oh, I didn't see this before. That concludes our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll open the floor up to questions now.
How annoying was it trying to get the information from the U of A about what the online color palettes and things were?
So actually,
yeah,
I work actually in career services, so we've really been into making sure that new branding guidelines, so because we all have it printed off at our desk, and with every publication we do with the career fairs or mixers and stuff, we have to make sure we're using the right color
The
palette.
publication guidelines are different than the online guidelines, and I still can't get the online guidelines.
Actually, I didn't know that. I know it's very tricky, but you base something.
yeah. We can get back to you on that though.
That would be awesome.
You got it.
Thank you very much for your work on this and for the thought you put into it and the time, and just I mean, a lot of these improvements are something we could do fairly soon, right away. And then, you know, just keep going from there in terms of improving the website. But personally, I think you've done a great job of just getting at this issue and how difficult or easy it is, and thinking about the users.
Yeah, I think it's a terrific presentation. So, a general question. So you all, I think, were unanimous or close to unanimous in not having spent much time on the site prior to the project. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yeah.
So, what could make students visit this site more often? Now, you can only speak for students, that sector. Do you think the visual overhaul would help, or would that have made a difference at all? I mean, did you maybe drift by the site once and found it so boring you just never came back? Or how do we get students to go to the site?
I'd actually used the site a few times before, but I always dreaded going to it because
Yeah.
I am such a visual person that when I visit a site and it's just blah,
Yeah.
I don't like to go back to it. So really aesthetically, I do think that students would visit them a lot more, but also I think just if they knew more about the site. Because I think a lot of them are just not informed that they have a whole site with hundreds of resources for them to use that it's just not marketed that well. But I think since they're renovating the new CAS Center in Forks with that whole new marketing plan, if the website was to tie into that, students would be a lot more informed about it.
I also have a recommendation on that, and we always do the UA clicks, or that's been a tradition the last several years, and I know they show the D2L site and things of that nature. This should be something that students should see, and truly, I wish I had seen it on that first day that I got here. And I think this is something that would be very easy for every